You want to do a little plant tour?
I'm eating cookie right now.
Yeah.
Major. Get ready for the ultimate plant tour. Like every plant parent in 2021 that got a greenhouse, this is mine. Let me see if I can do it like that. Okay, so in here, coffee break. My IKEA greenhouse is here. I don't have any of the like insulation stuff that most people have, but I've been working on it. Anyway, so this is my giant lemon lime maranta. She has recently been blooming. There was a bloom right there. I don't know if you can see it. It's really weird. She'll like bloom during the day sometimes and then close up at night. But she's been super easy grower for me, aside from other prayer plants that I have kind of a hard time with keeping humid enough. This is a recent buy, a neon syngonium. Got it for $8, which is really good. And she has a lot of diatomaceous earth on her because I treated all of my plants for pests. Back there is a alocasia tiny dancer. And then this is, of course, my Swiss cheese Adansonii plant. Moving up. Here is my very sad pink princess. She unfortunately had spider mites when I first got her, and then she was kind of drooping, and like I was doing research, it said she wasn't getting enough humidity. So today I put her in some sphagnum moss, and she has like such beautiful variegated leaves, and I'm kind of obsessed with her. She also has this like weird baby pup. Hold on, wait. That's like bright pink in there. Anyways, so I think she's not really having a good time, but I'm hoping that her roots can be a little more happy. In the sphagnum, maybe I'll stay like more humid or something. I have no idea. Honestly, this is my first pink princess, kind of having a hard time. This is my red vein maranta, kind of hiding back there. I was gifted her by a friend. And I find a little bit of a slow grower, less than the lemon lime, but she's still doing her thing. This is a velvety Calathea warshawixii, who I'm trying to sell because me and Calatheas do not get along, even though she's super beautiful. This is my giant rabbit foot maranta that keeps putting out new leaves and is doing a really good job at life. Love her. Just propagated her twice and sold her, so she's doing good. And right after I chopped her, she like grew more. I think it's like Caperta red peperomia, and then my peperomia frost hasn't been doing that well, but I think she's just kind of cramped in her nursery pot, so I'm gonna give her an update. And then I have a bunch of Tridescantia that are rooting in here. Anyway, up there is my giant Pilea plant, Pilea, peperomioides, Chinese money plant. And then I have a big marble queen over there. I'll take her down so you can see, in a vintage pot that I got when I was in the Catskills. So she's doing her thing. She's pretty large. Hold on. It's got some really cool variegated leaves. Like some of them, oof, my hand is shaking. That one, look at that one. Hold on. Let's see if I can get it. Whoa, that's so cool, dude. And this is just a marble queen that's like growing really long. Sorry. That's exciting. Okay. Here is a really large heartleaf philodendron that I'm selling. And then back there is a tetrasperma that I'm trying to get to climb the wall. Like pasta and kale and peas, and then I have 4 cookies and water. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Alright, you gotta follow me.
Okay.
Um, what are you? You are a jade. Jade. She started out as a very small jade from Trader Joe's and has grown into this beautiful, tall baby. And, yeah, she's in this like old candle pot. There used to be a candle in there. We potted her in there. I feel like she's experiencing some root rot because there's no drainage hole. Silly me, you know. I kind of am really regretting planting things without draining holes now. Similar to this burrow's tail that also doesn't have a drainage hole, but is doing really well. I also have like a ton of little baby, little baby rosettes, and not just even in the plant, like, hold on, focus. Oh god. Focus. There we go. You can see the little babies, like there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 babies that are just like growing from the actual plant itself, which is really exciting. Because for the longest time it just had these like few like trailing ones. Anyways, I totally thought I was gonna kill this plant, and I'm really impressed that I haven't. Over here is my bear paw succulent, and oddly enough I found this at Home Depot, and this pot is from Urban Jungle, Philly, and this is one of my favorite plants. She has been like pretty, like she's getting taller now. I'm thinking that she might need to be repotted, but I'm kind of just letting her do her thing. Over here we got a mini variegated umbrella tree from Urban Jungle in a terracotta pot. She has recently been struggling a little bit, but I think that she will bounce back. I don't really know what's going on with her, honestly. I think I forgot to water her once and she was like, bitch, you can't do that. So, okay, over here we have a ton of little baby rosettes, echeverias that came from leaf cuttings, and yeah, they've just been like taking off. Like I've never been so successful with succulents because I find that they get really long and exfoliated like this one, but they're still kicking. And over here we have my kalanchoe. I think it's called Panda Paw, something like that. It's also in the family of Mother of Thousands and Mother of Hundreds. This is a thrifted pot, and look, she's putting out a baby. Little baby. Oh wait, focus. Focus on the baby. Oh, I don't know if you can see. Anyway, outside you can see some of my plants, but it's kind of messy out there. I was repotting. Anyway, so over here we have a baby rubber tree right here that's getting real tall. My friend gave me this tree as like a little cutting, and she has just taken off and uncontrollable ways. She's constantly putting on a new leaf, and her stem is getting really like stick-like, which is usually like a good thing. Means that it's like strengthening, becoming a real tree, which is exciting. Okay, so whoop-a-doop-a-doo. Over here, this is a ficus tunicae, or a ruby ficus. It's like variegated here. And she like hasn't put out a new leaf in a really long time, and I don't really know what's going on with her. I just repotted her in this guy. I've been really liking these like terrazzo planters. Also, it doesn't have a drainage hole, which is kind of weird because it's like something that I bought just for a plant that doesn't have a drainage hole. Weird. Anyway, so my small rubber tree collection is here, and they're doing pretty good. I have another, like, there's a bunch of plants that I sold down there, including a rubber tree, which is hiding somewhere in that pile. Anyway, I got a burgundy rubber tree in there. It's me. Neon Pothos. It's been a slow grower for me, but has recently sort of taken off. Over here, just a regular hardleaf philodendron that is almost clinging to the wall, but has been putting out these really weird, like, lanky arms and legs. I've kind of been like wanting to chop off because I love how bushy she is up top. And then here's a lemon lime heartleaf philodendron. She's also been a kind of slow grower for me and hasn't really wanted to trail. She's kind of like growing up. Anyway, hasn't really wanted to trail. She's kind of like growing up. Anyway, oh, I forgot about these. It's probably really overexposed. But let's see if I can get it to focus. Focus on me. Okay, well, it's not going to. So this is focus. This is another Opuntia. It's a really baby one, and she is from Urban Jungle, Philly. She's putting out these little pups. They're so cute. Kind of looks like a penis. Or a middle finger. Anyway. And this is, I think it's called a pincushion cactus. I'm really not sure. I used to have a very large one that put out like thousands of babies, and I took them off and put them in their rooting in here. And the mother actually recently passed away. Unfortunately, she got sunburned, and then that was the last of her. Anyway, ignore the mess of my apartment. This is my FLF Fiddly Fig. I've had her for almost a year now. She's kicking. She's been putting out a lot of new leaves recently, which is surprising because I just moved and they usually don't like to be moved. So I've just been really impressed by that lately. Also, I really love the pot that she's in. Hi, Poopy. What are you doing? He's laying on my homework. She's got a lot of blooms, so wish me luck if they all fall off in the fall. This is a... Sorry that it's really loud outside. It's Friday. This is a Sansevieria or a Dracaena for some of you. It's kind of sunburnt, I think, or like isn't doing well. I don't really know what's happening. Anyway, this is a Micans, my giant Micans that I've propagated and sold about 4 times this week. I kid you not, I've sold like 4 propagations from it. This is my rickrack cactus. Hasn't really grown much for me, and I've been giving it a little bit more fertilizer, but not much is happening. This is a prickly pear cactus that kind of went wild, like for real, like seriously, it's gone crazy. Right there, some new growth. Like, what is going on? I truly don't know. And this is my giant wonky Opuntia bunny ears cactus that has many wild long limbs. And I've been trying to propagate her and make her normal again, but she has a mind of her own.